and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central this evening. Doc Ock coming at you live and direct. And let's see what we have for thee this evening. Only the good stuff, not the wood stuff. You know how it is. If you like what you see, please give us a like. If you like what you hear, give us the old thumbs up. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe. You might as well, because you know we're putting out the best vibe right here at Black Facts Central. Meanwhile, let's get it on with the getting on, carry it on with the carrying on. And we're going to start off with a proverb. Proverb for today is, since he has no eyes, he who has no eyes says that eyes smell bad. I'm modifying this one a little bit. He who has no eyes says eyes smell bad. Yeah, and if that sounds like sour grapes to you, it sounds like that to me too. What can you say? He who has no eyes says that eyes smell bad. Now, ain't that a kick in the derriere? All right. Meanwhile, let's move on and groove on with our story for tonight, which is the creation of Lake Tanganyika. And if you're not familiar with the African continent, Lake Tanganyika is way over on the other side of the continent. Let me see if I can get a map down here. I'll show you right where it's at. You can see it right here on our little map here. We have Kenya over here, right over there. And Lake Tanganyika is a very long, skinny lake. Runs over there, down around beside, right on one side of the country, the nation now of Tanzania, formerly Tanganyika, and it was then combined with Zanzibar to become Tanzania. So much for that. Let's move on. The origin of Lake Tanganyika. Let's just see, how did that lake come about anyway? Long ago, in the area where you see the lake, there was a wide plain where many tribes lived, and they had large herds of oxen and goats. In this plain was a very large village. As was the custom in those days, all the houses of the village were surrounded by tall bushes, or what we call hedges, with stalls where people drove in their cattle for the night to keep them from wild beasts and robbers. Very important, because wild beasts will take your animal at night. Will kill your livestock if you're not careful. In one of these enclosures, there lived with his wife a man who owned a deep spring from which a little spring came. This spring, strange to say, contained many kinds of fishes which the man and his wife used for food. But this large supply of food was a secret. It was a secret. Nobody knew. No one outside the family knew about this large store of food in this, what do they call it? In this spring. A story handed down from father to son said that the day when the secret should be told by one of them, any one of them, to a stranger, their family would be ruined and destroyed. So it was necessary to keep this secret. By and by, there came into the family a pretty daughter who grew to be a woman, and many young men from all around came to admire her. It happened, unknown to the father and mother, that the daughter loved one of these men, and her love for him increased. One day, she secretly brought the young man some fish from the wonderful spring. The flesh was so good and of such a fine flavor that her lover wanted to know where she got it from. The daughter kept silent for a long time, through fear of what might happen if she told the secret. Finally, she promised to tell it. But her love for the young man was so great as to make her believe that she must do whatever he asked of her. One day, the mother and father had to make a journey. Before starting, they strictly cautioned their daughter to keep the secret about the wonderful spring, to admit no stranger into the home, and not to gossip with the neighbors. They told her don't do none of that stuff. The daughter promised, but as soon as the mother and father had started, she went hurriedly to find her lover. Come, she said, you're going to learn now where the fish comes from. Her lover went with her. He entered the house where the daughter gave him palm wine, bananas, sorghum porridge, palm oil, seasoned with pepper, and a quantity of fish. When he had finished the meal, the man said, now, show me where you catch these fish. She replied, yes, but it is a secret, which, if told, will cause great misfortunes. Fear not, said her lover. Fear not. Hey, oh man, I thought this was longer. They rose. She led him within the enclosure and showed him what seemed to be a little bitty pool, round in shape and full of clear water which bubbled out of the ground. Look, said she, there is the wonderful spring, and there are the delicious fish. The young man had never seen anything like it, for there was no river nearby. A fish came near him, and he stretched out his hand to catch it. Alas, that was the end of everything. The Muzimu, or the spirits, were enraged. The earth split asunder. The plain sank so deep that the longest plummet cannot go to the bottom of it. The spring overflowed and filled the great chasm which had appeared in the earth. And now what do you see at that spot? Yes, that's right. You guessed it. Lake Tanganyika. And there we have it. That is the origin of Lake Tanganyika. All right. And meanwhile, excuse me. Oh boy. It's time for all you little children to do what I'm doing right now, because I know you're over there yawning and fawning. And what you should be doing is getting your little heads on your little pillows, on your little beds, closing those your eyes, and getting ready for the sun to rise in the new day. But don't get up. Don't even open those eyes until you feel those sunbeams beaming down on your eyes. And when you do, arise and greet the new day in a new way. That's what we'd like you to do. And in the meanwhile, all you adults out there, you know what to do. If you like what you see, give us a like. If you like what you hear, have no fear. Just give us a thumbs up over here. And if you like what you see and what you hear, then go ahead and subscribe so we can keep the vibe ever further, ever sure, ever longer, ever stronger. That's what we'd like to do. So give us a little help. It doesn't cost you a dime and not much time. Peace out till tomorrow. We'll be black tomorrow at noon. Look for us then on your tubular Black Facts channel. Peace out, y'all.